Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. I was a revenue officer. I worked a decade at the Internal Revenue Service, and I've worked thousands of cases. I've been an outside and a private tax defense for 41 years. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's one of the stations that you'll always hear the truth. And the unique thing about what I do is I was the IRS, so you're hearing both tax defense and what it's like being an IRS agent working cases. I've been on the national news many times. Just go to my website at 777irs.com. I want to speak to you today about if a revenue officer has your case. What is that like? What's a revenue officer going to do? And if a revenue officer has sent you a 725B letter, I want to explain to you what the process is for all of that. Like I said, I've worked thousands of cases for the United States government. There is no telling, but let me tell you what you have right now in front of you. A revenue officer is the last person in the IRS collection line. Your case has been in the service center for whatever, maybe a year. They sent you all the letters, and if the case is sizable enough, you didn't file returns or you have a sizable debt, generally, unless you're in training mode, they send the case out to the revenue officer to eventually close the case. That case is either going to be closed, your case will be either closed by a currently non-collectible for a couple years, they kick the cases back out, a payment agreement, or you may be able to file for an offer and compromise. Those are the three options that you're going to have. When a revenue officer sends out that 725B letter to you, they used to go out and knock on the doors like I did and go in your office, intimidate you, or go to your business and intimidate you, but now you have to come into the IRS office. That revenue officer is generally going to send a 725B letter, usually gives you an appointment date, it's usually an appointment letter for you to be into that office, and generally they'll give you a bunch of things. What do they want? Sometimes it's a generic letter, sometimes they've examined your file, they're going to want information for a 433A financial statement. They usually want bank statements. Sometimes they want loan information. Like I said, bank information. Sometimes I've seen 2 pages of document request depending on the size of the case, because IRS has already evaluated your cases just sitting at their computer. They've probably evaluated you for at least 20 minutes and probably have at least 10 profiles about you. They're not supposed to. They could have already gone to your Facebook, your Instagram. They have a lot of resources, LexisNexis, just sitting right there to find out information about you. Remember, what they want to do is they only want to close your case. So they have usually 40, 50, 60 cases in their inventory. So when your case pops up, you're not the only one there. They're going to look at it. They're going to do some computer research sitting at their desk, so they got an idea when they send the 725B letter out. They already know what they want, but the big thing is they want this financial statement to evaluate your case. When they send that original 725B letter, that's just the first document request. They're called doc request, but they're going to probably ask for more at a later point, all just to close your case. Whether they collect money or not is academic. Their goal is just to close your case. Like I said, based on that financial statement, they're either going to close it by a currently non-collectible for a couple years, penalties, interest run, a payment agreement, or they may recommend an offer, but it's your job really to do that. If you need me for representation, we've represented thousands of people, but in getting us, you're going to really know what tax defense is and what IRS is thinking. There's very few people that can offer that. Give me a subscription if you would. That's big to me. If you call me, I do answer my own phones. I do work larger cases, but yeah, if you want to send me an email or a text, you're welcome to. Give me a subscription. I try to tell you good insider stuff when I can. Thank you so much.